Hi, my name is Rachel Berg, and throughout this presentation, I will be going over my home energy audit. So, for a little bit of background, according to the EIA, in 2021, an average household used about 10,632 kilowatts per hour in a year, and that translates to approximately 886 kilowatts per hour per month. And I included the average wattage of a couple appliances that I had measured in my energy audit. The average wattage of a TV is 120 watts, a microwave is about 750 to 1100 watts, and a refrigerator is 725 watts. And I also included some pie charts on the right by the EIA, and the one at the top left shows energy consumption in homes by end uses from 1993, and then to the right, it moves from 1993 to 2009, and then the one below just explains a little more in depth of different appliances. So a context for my audit is I did it over spring break, and I live in a two-story house, and our household is 3 people. So going on to the audit process, it was definitely a challenge to record the on and off times of each device, but the way I figured it out, I put a sticky note near each appliance, and that was a really great way to track not only my usage of the appliance, but also my parents' usages as well. So from here, I show the timetable of all of when we were using all of our devices throughout the day, from Saturday to Friday, and then I computed the averages at the column furthest to the right. And here's just some more pictures of the measurements of my devices. I got TV, phone charger, microwave, and a hair dryer. Going on to just explain a background of the procedure, for the constant power devices, I would plug in the device being used for over 30 seconds and then record the number shown. And then the the lamp I was using for my calculations used 9.5 watts, so I added that into the table. And then for variable power, I did measure my fridge. So after I plugged in the meter for 24 hours, and after that it read 0.939 kilowatts per hour, I multiplied that by 1,000 to get 939 watts and divide by 24 to get 39.1 for the instantaneous power use. So moving on to the quantification, as you can see, I measured 8 different appliances: a light, TV, refrigerator, Google Mini, phone charger, blender, microwave, and hair dryer. I calculated the watts on, and interestingly enough, I did not find any phantom power with any of my appliances. That could have possibly been an error with my kilowatt meter. I'm not entirely sure about that. But then I used the average hours on in the week to have the hours on, and then 24 minus that for hours off, multiplying the watts on times hours on to get the watts per day on, and dividing that number by 1,000 to get the kilowatts per hour per day on, and multiplying that by 30 to get the kilowatts per hour per month on. And so how does this compare? The average electricity used for a household, like I said before, is about 886 kilowatt hours per month, which shows that since my total was only 54.76 about, it shows I probably do not measure the biggest energy users in my house. So some conclusions. I learned that the biggest appliances are not necessarily the biggest energy takers. For example, my TV used 119.4 watts and my hair dryer used 807.3 watts. However, for context, a TV would obviously be used a lot longer than a hair dryer would. I was also surprised at how many devices that I measured did not have phantom power, which was possibly an error for my kilowatt meter. It would be interesting to maybe purchase another kilowatt meter in the future and see if there's any differences between those. And these are my references, and thank you for listening.